When you finish high school, of course, there was probably some pressure from your family, like everybody in this planet has. Like college, your life. What are you gonna do with your life?
That's right.
How was it in your case?
Well, yeah, my mother being a teacher, immediately education, right? So she says, you're gonna go to college, right? And it's lucky, to be honest, because at that point in our lives, there is a family. The family fell on hard times. It was just at the right time for me to be applying for college. You see, like, I couldn't afford to go to a good school. That good of a school pay a big bunch of money. I mean, I was smart. I got a couple of scholarships or some crazy thing like that. They said, the kid, but I was officially extremely poor. And it worked out really good, so I went to college. And then halfway through college, I realized that I still had to pay back a lot of bills. And I didn't want to be there anymore, but I was too cheap to imagine. Well, I just thought the practical end of it. If you're halfway through something and you're going to have to pay for it, you might as well finish it, right?
Yeah.
I was going to have to pay back a bunch of money anyway. So I just finished college.
Finish college.
What the hell, yeah. It took me a little while.
All right. What do you finish?
Psychology.
All right. So you're a psychologist.
I'm not a psychologist, but I have a psychology degree.
That's something nobody knows out there.
Maybe not.
All
Maybe
right.
I shouldn't tell anybody things like this, huh?
All right. All right. She's working pretty well, let's say. So after you finish the college, instead of joining the rat race,
All right.
what do you do?
Well, I figured, well, I was in a rat race of sorts, because living in New York, it's not easy, so you gotta work. So I worked and worked and worked at these lousy little jobs, doing all sorts of little things to make a buck, playing gigs at night, going to school. I don't know what the hell I had time to do anything. I had girlfriends. I was going out, getting drunk, playing gigs, working 40 hours a week. I don't know. I don't think I ever slept. I didn't do anything. And then, I don't know, after a while, these guys with the slackers, things started picking up. And I realized, hey, there's a whole trick to this. If you play music, you don't need to pay for drinks no more, right? They give you a little food, a little snack, right? You don't need to buy dinner, right? You work at a deli in the afternoon, eat the food at the deli, you don't gotta go shopping, right? So now you get a little job, you play in a band, girls wanna talk to you, now they think that you're all right because you play a little music. You get a drink ticket, you put it in, they think you bought them a beer. It's fantastic.
So basically, you saw everything coming together.
I saw it all. I saw a road ahead of me, and it was, hey, it's easy. And then I realized, hey, if I stay up late enough, I don't even need to go to sleep anywhere. So I stopped paying rent, too.
Where do you go then?
Well, like I'm saying, the drink ticket, you buy a girl a couple of drinks, right? And then you go home with her.
Oh,
it's fine.
Right.
No, but then, for real, I figured this out. Because as I knew I was going to enter the world of music, and I knew that you got paid $60 for a band when you played a set in New York. That's what the going rate at the time. So we had 3 guys in the band, and it looked like there was going to be more. So you get $60 to split between 3 guys. So you walk away with $20, right?
And a few drinks.
And a few free drinks. So you needed to figure out a way to make this work. And I thought, well, yeah, I'm not going to pay rent anymore. So I stopped paying rent. And I just crashed on people's couches. And I started to, make my way into this world of being kind of a hobo. And my dad had his suspicions for the right reason. He just didn't realize that I had a vision, that I was doing it because I needed to put my efforts in other places. Yeah, he just thought I wanted to hang out and just be a jerk,
So how long were you living this way?
I didn't pay rent for a really long time, man. It worked out nicely. I think my friends and stuff were all, I apologized to them years later for sleeping on their couches and I apologized to a lot of people because I thought maybe I'd taken advantage of them. And they said, "Nah, Vic," they said, "you're always such a nice guy." They said it was no problem, you know, and they said, "You always used to eat all the food that was going rotten in the refrigerator." So everybody felt better about things. They said, "Well, if Vic comes over, we don't have to feel guilty that we're throwing our old Chinese food away, because Vic eats it."
That's another revelation. Oh my God. It's gonna be explosive.